So we are at what should be, I think, is port 8. I'll check and make sure that I don't screw that up. If this is 7 or 8, pretty sure it's part 8. Demonstration on smudge mudging, renewing alloy metals. You get through this bar, that bar, the fourth one, and hopefully the liquid from the powdered, solid, the powdered, and then ultimately to the liquid. And I'll show you how to properly take care of the liquid, make sure that don't get screwed up. What I call liquid chalk, because part of it is calcium carbonate.
Time. 4 minutes.
So we're now down to the buff that would be used highest shine in the plastic. that on time. 12 minutes. I gotta complete that last step. You know what? I'm really not that wild about getting that liquid in the bottom there anyway. Now, remember JB Weld, like I mentioned before. This is something similar to that I use in order to keep this. With Speedy All Metal Polish from Parsley, Virginia, or anything similar to that product, which is in a colloidal dispersion of chemistry or biology to show you, this is separate. It's in the morning and in the night. Twice a day, you're supposed to shake it, but you might not get that. So, very carefully take that out. You got this nut held onto a melamine Cantonese food chopstick over here, and you get the drill. So you could go to a certain speed with this, but not too fast. You set this up here. In addition to putting a nut inside of it, a nylon lock nut that'll hold, squeeze that on there with your chuck or key, however you go about using that. And then you hold this on it here, like this. You watch, you go too quick, it can come apart and break. You get this inside like this, you get it up, and it'll mix it better that way. Duplicating the actions of your hands with the machine, portability, how far you can reach. And the only thing that limits you is your imagination. So, it's solid, with all the powder, and now the liquid. So, take this off, and then clean that up where it gets where it's not going to damage anything. Now, let's see where we're at here. Start cleaning this off. Oh, a little bit, not too much. Okay. That's good. Alright, I promised I'd get to the stuff at the first video with the eyeglasses. Well, I'll do that after this because I was a bit lazy. Try to shake this up. Got it. And, you know, with another separate video. Shouldn't take long at all. Unplug this. Safety. Again, hand to the chuck. Loosen enough to be done by hand. Now completely take all this off. All of this should be kept in a Ziploc bag where you know it cannot get lost on you. Small parts get lost very easily. Now this fiberglass backing plate, this foam, the highest intensity made by Lake Country Manufacturing. This goes on here. This goes in here. And serrated, you have Velcro and a hole in it, so on the end, you cut in with the serrated bread knife, like I taught before, and you go with the clippers. This will hold on. Plug this back in, we're over here now. Now at this point, got that ready to go. When you're doing a wheel on a truck, you really want a combination of smaller gloves that go inside these because they have the potential to get through and make a mess. That at this point is 6/16, a little over halfway through. Liquid calcium carbonate, carnauba, and some aliphatic hydrocarbons. This into here. You know you got it mixed, it's not separated. Put this in here like this. Like that. Make sure it's tacky. Just like it says on the instructions. Now whether that got on the inside or not, or used it on the inside or not, gotta clean it off. It even says it on there if you read the label. Machine use. residue will wash off. No, okay. Items that handle food must be washed with soap and rinsed with water before using. Chemicals. Okay. Now this is the liquid part, where the fun really starts. Go away. Go away. Okay. Now, when one of these, where are we at? What time of 21? Yeah, still got time. Still doing good here. I'm going to use a clean rag in order to wipe it off. Alright. Alright. Alright, there you go. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm making videos about. Now how does this look? Now you pretty much have a finished product. Oh yeah, that's safe enough to be used. If I could figure out a way to go to somebody that I know, because I don't have the equipment myself, to MIG weld the bottom of those holes on this and sand it off, so that could be done safely. Or use that product from JB Weld. It's supposed to be able to tolerate 2400 degrees Fahrenheit. Now, as long as it's good for as long as it's good for food contact after it's cooled off. Gotta look that up. Gotta research it. But it could definitely be welded back on. It's a shame too, because I wanted to cook more pasta after I got done with this. Not perfect, but it's a tremendous difference. So, I can go upstairs with this and clean it out with the soap and the water, reinsert it, and put the handles back on, and the job will be done. Turn on the light, okay, both sides of the light, so it can be easily seen. Get this here. Alright. Both sides. Bingo, got it. Good. Got a good view.